Hey, what is good? It's Paige B from Kiss 107.1. Thank you for tuning in as we get ready to have a little chit chat with an amazing artist on the rise. We've been playing her track Pick a Side like heavy. Definitely a great vibe. So we're going to get to know her, talk about her influences, and talk about what we can expect from her debut album that is in the works. We're talking with the one and only Raiche. How you doing today?
I'm good. I'm happy to be here. Thank you for having me, Paige.
Of course, and thank you for joining us. We're very excited to get to know you a little bit, pick your brain a little bit as we talk about your amazing music and what you have in store for us. So let's talk a little bit about your influences. I understand that you really got started as a kid following your mother as she went to her worship service practices.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I would, pick up a mic and sing with her, and I was very, very sheltered growing up, so I didn't really listen to too much secular music, as you would say. But my parents did listen to a lot of classics and oldies, like Bill Withers and Sade and Patti LaBelle. So I definitely still had some influences of just some good, solid classic music, really.
Absolutely. And I can definitely hear it in your music that you've put out so far. So I definitely can tell the vibes going on. So you grew up just outside of Boston in the small town of Pittsfield, Massachusetts. So what was that environment like being in a small town? And as you mentioned, you were sheltered as a kid. So tell us a little bit about, your growing up a little bit.
I had a very, very quaint childhood. I went to a private Christian school. There was I graduated middle school with one other girl. So it was very, very, very small. But I absolutely loved my childhood. I had a lot of great memories with my family, and I definitely have a big family. I have 5 sisters. So, right. But I think, being born in such a small town and not really seeing too much probably drove me to want more for myself. So I think that's where my big dreams came from.
Absolutely. So after high school and after, being with your family for a little bit after that, you make the big move to Boston. And that's when you met your mentor, DJ Knockout, who is a local legend in Boston. So tell us, how did you guys, meet and link up, and how this come into a full-on mentor-mentee situation?
Yeah. So when I moved to Boston, I met him at a nightclub, Bijou, and he just got my information on Instagram, and he saw that I was posting covers and some original content, and he would always reach out to me, honestly, and I didn't really think anything of it. And he was always like, do you take this seriously? Do you want to take this seriously? I know I can help you, this, that, and the third. And I honestly just shushed it away for a whole year because I just didn't believe it. I mean, it doesn't feel like reality when somebody comes up to you and asks you that question. But anyways, a year after, I met him at a Berkeley studio with the production company that I am signed to still now, Genre Defying Entertainment. And I was just they were very interested, and I was just okay, you know what? It felt real, it felt serious, and I was just extremely excited to be able to do music, what I loved to do. So we got started, and shortly after that, I recorded some covers and as well as some originals, and that got in the hands of Prince Charles, who is an iconic singer-songwriter. He's for Beyonce and Rihanna and Mariah Carey, so he is legendary. And when he wanted to sign me, I was just oh my God, yeah, of course. I didn't feel I felt so safe. I felt like this was just exactly what I needed to do. And so he signed me, and we Island Prolific, and then that's how I got to Atlantic Records.
Absolutely. And that great environment that can kind of ease your fears a little bit when going into this industry as a new artist.
Yeah. Repeat that. Was that a question?
Could you say no, it was just a comment, just a little comment. Yeah. So now we're getting into your music. You released your EP Drive back in 2019, and you've been receiving all this success so far. Pick a Side is number 13 on the Urban Adult Contemporary chart. Congratulations on
Thank
that.
you.
And then, of course, like you've been named as iHeart's On the Verge artist, SoundCloud artist on the rise, and you got to tour with Pink Sweats and Jacquees. Your music was featured in the Madam C.J. Walker series Self Made on Netflix. And now with you working on your debut album, are you feeling like a little bit of pressure for making sure that this album is perfect and lives up to the success that you've had so far?
Definitely. I mean, I wouldn't say pressure just as much as like excitement, more so than excitement. But I feel like I trust the people that I work with, and, they know me very well, and we've created, my entire sound from scratch from the beginning to now. So it's just only getting better. Really, I mean, that's all I can say. I'm just excited because I see that it's getting better myself. And I think I'm my biggest critic. I'm very hard on myself. So I'm just extremely excited for Loveland 2021. It's fun. It's dreamy. It's eclectic. It's mysterious. And it's got all of a little bit of everything in it. So
definitely looking forward to it. And the title itself is very intriguing. How'd you come up with that title?
Right. So it is a song in my project. It's called Loveland. And I don't know, it just came up with the lyric. I was like, I want to captivate my love. And somebody was like, oh, your land. I was like, yes. And then we were just like, Loveland. And that's how it came about.
Awesome. Now, tell us a little bit about your creative process. Has it switched up a little bit considering, with everything going on with COVID, and of course, people have to move around and kind of move a little bit differently. So did your creative process get affected by that?
I don't know. I think if anything, it's just gotten better. Like, I'm a very, I keep to myself. I'm a very quiet person. I keep to myself. And so this whole quarantine thing has been honestly really not bad. I like to be by myself. I like to create by myself. And also I like to create from emotion. And I think this year has been extremely emotional for a lot of people. So I think if anything, it's been kind of, to put it in a positive way, the negative in a positive way, it's been kind of positive, I could say. Okay. So I've been grateful.
Awesome. So you were managing just fine. So that is awesome. So tell us, who inspires you now? What is on your playlist? Who's on your playlist, and who would you like to work with in the future?
Right. I've been saying this, but Giveon, he's freaking amazing.
Yes.
He's new. He just got nominated for some Grammys himself. He's insane. His voice is like butter. I would love to do a song with him. I love Victoria Monet.
Oh, yes.
Brandy, she just dropped an album.
Oh, yeah.
So those are definitely some top dogs that I wouldn't mind working with as well.
Awesome. And I can definitely hear you. I'm hearing it right now in my head. I hear your voice fitting right on in with those who you just mentioned. So definitely looking forward to this new album. Definitely looking forward to what you have going on in the future. So one last question, what is the message that you want to put out with this record? Because first album is all about pretty much introducing yourself to the masses. So what is the message overall that you want to put out with this Loveland album?
I think that it really speaks universal. So I don't know if there's much of a message other than it is love, more like that it is love. But I think it's love on a universal level with the sounds that we're using. There's a lot of live instruments. I think it definitely just shows the variations of where I can go and what I can do. So.
Awesome. Well, Raiche, it has been an honor and a privilege to get to know you a little bit today. We're looking forward to the new album, your first album, Loveland. And where can we follow you on social media?
Right. You can follow me on Instagram at my name is Raiche, Raiche, and also Twitter. And just to throw in there, if you want to listen to some new music that's out right now, I have two Christmas songs that are out featured on the Atlantic Records Christmas album. So there's a lot of dope songs on there, but I think mine are the coolest and the dopest. So you can check it out.
Of course. Raiche, once again, thank you so much for joining us. Looking forward to that album, and make sure you cop the Christmas joints on there on the Atlantic Records compilation album. Super duper dope. So once again, thank you so much for joining us, and listen to her music. Get that album, and of course, continue to support Pick a Side. We're trying to get it to number 1 on the chart right now.
Let's do it. Thank you, 7.1. I love you.
Love you as well. Muchos besos. It's Kiss 107.1. Simply the best R&B.